What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Clemente Collector. And on today's episode, I want to do a national recap as far as my pickups, some of the gifts I received generously from the community, and just a couple stories, and kind of wrap it up. The only thing I'll have left after this is an SGC return when it comes in the mail. And the one thing I'll say though is, as far as pickups go, the two biggest cards I bought, I did submit those cards to SGC. So we're gonna wait till that return video to show those. So let's get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go kind of day by day breakdown here and kind of work through it that way. Thursday was definitely my biggest day with pickups, but starting with Wednesday. So obviously Wednesday was just like a whirlwind. The show, there was a preview from 4 to 8, and we get in there, and you're running around just trying to see everything that's available for the most part. But the best story that happened on Wednesday, halfway through the event, we walk to Ash's table and we see Greg there, and Greg's looking at an Ernie Banks rookie card, and Ash offered him a deal he couldn't refuse. And I'm going to show a picture up here. Greg got the card, and we took him over, and I said, I want to buy you a beer to celebrate. And we had a Yingling, or as Mike Petty calls them, Yin Yangs. And it was an awesome moment. Nothing's better than going with a buddy to get a Dream or Grail card. So that was on Wednesday, and a couple gifts I got on Wednesday. Joe from Four Soft Corners was one of my roommates. He gave me a goodie bag of a whole bunch of cards here. A couple of the highlights is the 1954 look, but it's the 2023 Topps Roberto Clemente, and then he also gave me a Willie Stargell. That one's numbered out of 99. That's really cool. So, and there's other Clemente cards in here. I'll show one of them. There's a Gypsy Queen right there. So, Joe, that was really cool of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Joe and me had a good time. I was busting his chops probably a little bit too much at the house, and we ended up playing a poker game, and Joe bought in late, which I think we need to actually review the tape. And it was actually at the end, it was me and Joe heads up in a poker tournament with 6 of us. And Joe had a huge chip lead, and he took it. And he's a good poker player. So another gift I got on Wednesday was from Jason, Everyday Card Collector. There's his sticker. Gave me a little envelope here with a Clemente and a Dick Groat card. And there's the 54 Groat card. This one might actually look better than the one I own. And then I didn't have that Clemente card, so thank you so much, Jason. I had a really good time hanging out with you at the show. Next up, Chris from Missouri. I won't do an impression of him today, but he knew I didn't have a Mantle card other than the Mantle checklist I traded from him recently. He actually gifted me the Mantle Hits 40-second home run card in an SGC4. Super generous of Chris. I love these Baseball Thrills cards. I really want to get the Maze one now to go with the Musial and the Mantle cards. So really cool. Thanks, Chris. That was really cool of you. All right, so Thursday. Thursday we got to the show early. Why don't I start off with all the pickups? There's a lot here. All right, so John P. Collects. He reached out to me about 2 months ago. He said, hey, I graded this Pirates team card. I'm going to sell it on eBay. You want to just buy it off of me for like 15-20 bucks? I said, yeah. It's the 1956 Pirates team card. I didn't have it yet, so why not? This is probably my favorite Pirates team card. The reason being is they do the field dimensions on the back. So that's Forbes Field back there. And I just, I think that's so cool how they did that on the 56 set. So I got that. So this one here, Darren and Greg came and found me at the show. And they said, Theo, we found a table with Clemente Bazooka cards. I think you don't have this one. So me and John 3D80s Kid, we ran over there, and they were actually right. The 1962 Bazooka card, I actually do not have this card. So I was super excited. The price was very reasonable, clean back, and I made a deal for it. So those guys really did do a good job. I don't think I would have that card if it wasn't for them. I'm now down to 2 Clemente Bazooka cards. Next up is the 1971 Milk Duds Clemente card. I think it presents really, really well. I would still like to get the box one day, but very, very happy to finally have the 71 Milk Duds. Next up is the 1968 Topps Venezuelan card number 1, team leader card there. And, you know, obviously I'd love to have all the Venezuelan cards. This one here probably was in a scrapbook like all the other Venezuelan cards you find, but I love it. And then last up, as far as pickups go from the show, is a big one. I got a Manny's Land Clemente last year, and here is the Stan Musial Manny's Land. The thing is awesome. So I actually looked on the PSA website. There's only 3 total graded. So you don't see these graded very often. So very, very excited for that. Next up are a few gifts I got on Thursday. The first gift is from Iconic Al. So here's Al's new card he got. I did get number 21. Thank you, Al. And my card's not beat up like the other ones. I think he said card 1 through 25 are in mint condition. So he got me the 1968 Atlantic Oil Clemente card from his LCS in Denver. It's the play ball back. I had the rules back. He asked me if I had the play ball back. I said I didn't. And he said, all right, I picked you this up. So Al is so generous. He had a couple other cards in there. One of them's kind of funny. He might have heard me talk about him before. Tawny Maddox, the Steelers quarterback for a while. I think this is his rookie card. So that was in the goodie bag. And then another thing was from his dad's collection, the Clemente Cornflakes box. So I think this is 1993, I believe. I don't know if it says anything on here anywhere, but I believe 1993. Yes. So thank you so much, Al. That's so generous. I got to meet his brother too at the show, and we got to hang out at the YouTube get together. So really, really awesome to see Al again. So on Thursday was honestly the highlight of my trip. I'm going to show a picture of it. 4 collectors got to present the check to Signatures for Soldiers from Hobby Palooza. It was just an honor to be, you know, one of the representatives to take the check to them. So many people gave during Hobby Palooza, so it was honestly a team effort. We were just the ones that presented it. It was just so meaningful to them, and it was very cool to see their founder. And if you haven't seen the video yet of us presenting the check to them, I'm going to actually put a link down below. You should check it out, especially if you gave something. Really, really cool moment for us, and for the whole community that gave money. So obviously on Thursday, it ended with going to the YouTube get together. I told John, since he wasn't going to be buying a lot of cards, we wanted to get him a necklace to carry his Babe Ruth card with him to the get together so he could show it off. So here's a picture of John with his necklace. He's got the Christopher Missouri hat on backwards. He's getting a little bit, you know, his head could barely fit out of the door that night. But it was a lot of fun. Dave was in charge of getting a chain for the necklace. And I think it was his dog's chain. It was just so big. But that was a fun night. That was a lot of fun. If I met you and saw you at the get together, thank you so much for coming up and talking to me. It was so much fun and went by so fast. So on Friday, I didn't have any pickups, but I did go over to SGC to submit some cards. I was at the counter giving my cards to the guy who was going to, put them in the box to send them to Florida. And somebody comes up behind me and taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, Theo, how you doing?" Turn around. It's Peter from SGC. I'll put a picture up of us right now. I was like, "Peter, you know who I am?" He's like, "Yeah, of course I know who you are." So that was really, really cool. I told Peter, I love what they've been doing. I told him, keep it up. It's just really, really cool to have, somebody so high up in the company, being out there on the floor talking to customers like he does. And I just thought it was really cool. It was one of the highlights of the trip for me. And on Friday night, we went to a dinner with some other YouTubers, and I'm going to show some pictures here. I got to meet Greg's dad, Mr. Miller. I got to hang out with Greg and Darren and Mookie. Unfortunately, Mookie didn't make any of the photos here. I don't know where he was at. But I had a really, really good time hanging out with a bunch of YouTubers at the get-together. So that was an awesome time. So on Saturday, I had a little bit of money left, and we were walking the floor, and I see a Clemente card that I don't see that often. They barely come up on eBay. And it is the 1960 J.D. McCarthy postcard of Roberto Clemente. And it was already graded in an SGC 6. And the guy I bought it from actually had a whole bunch of J.D. McCarthy postcards and said that the former owner passed away and his wife sold them all to him. And the guy kept them in excellent, excellent condition. An awesome picture of Clemente there. So very, very excited to get that one. I've been waiting to get that one for a while. And I forgot on Thursday, I saw David and he gave me a gift. So first, he gave me 3 different things here. So a 1998 Topps Clemente. It's the 71 reprint, okay? It still has the sticker on it. And David knows that's my favorite Clemente card. He gave me this magazine here that has Clemente on the back of the magazine. So that's really, really cool. Oh, there's actually 4 things from David. He gave me this postcard here from 2004. We got the Puerto Rican flag in the back there. Really, really cool. And then last but not least, this is an artist. An artist did this, and David bought a print for me. And I just think it's awesome. I think I want to get this framed up and put it on the wall down here somewhere. David, you're awesome, man. So I saw David downstairs in the VIP lounge with Orlando, and him and Orlando were trading like two kids, okay? And they're going back and forth. David's trying to get he's working me over, Theo. He's taking advantage of me, and Orlando's laughing, and it was such a great time. David has such a good sense of humor. If you don't know who he is, I'm going to show a picture of him right here. He actually came on 4 Collectors Trade Night a couple times, and he'll come in, and he's so funny. He's just like, I just want to get a trade done. He's like, let's get one done. This is what cards I have. He has such a good attitude, such a great guy. So thank you, David. I really appreciate it. So back to Saturday. My friend Matt from the Card Story was on a hunt for a Babe Ruth card. Basically, the whole evening on Friday, me, Mookie, Pete, and Adam from Vintage Sanctuary were walking the floor with Matt, trying to find the right Babe Ruth card for Matt. And he came close a couple times to buying some cards. I'm going to actually show a picture. Adam is like Inspector Gadget of looking at cards. I think his new nickname is the Looper. So Adam was looping all the cards Matt was considering and telling Matt like every flaw that he could find on the card. And we were just having such a great time with it. Mookie took a picture of me giving a thumbs up with the card and a thumbs down with the card, and he was like, "We'll find if Matt buys a card, then we'll use the thumbs up picture." But it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, on Friday we couldn't find the right card for Matt, and then we get home, and I believe it was Dave from Legends of the Dugout. He called Matt because he stayed longer at the show, and he said, "I think I found your card," and I negotiated him down on the Babe Ruth card. So on Saturday, a big group of us went over, and I think I have a picture, I'll show it. We went over first thing, the card was there, Matt got his Babe Ruth card, and it was beautiful, and I'll let him show the card on his channel. But it was, like I said, that's what the National's all about. Last year we got to go and help Matt buy his Ty Cobb card, and that's what it's all about, guys. It was so much fun. The last thing I did on Saturday was I met up with Mangini, and we walked the floor together. And it was really, really cool. I think we walked for about an hour just looking at cards. He actually bought a card that he was looking at earlier. But it was really cool because we're both from Pittsburgh. We give each other a hard time on here all the time. But he's a great guy. And he's one of those guys in the community I do look up to in the way he collects. And he was a trailblazer. And he has some great Clemente cards that I hope to obtain in the future. But yeah, John's a good dude. We actually ran into a guy that had a Clemente jersey on. And he said he watches both of our channels. And he asked if he could get a picture with us. And John got a kick out of that. It was kind of cool. So John brought me John knows that my favorite player growing up, being a Steeler fan, was Jerome Bettis. And he asked me what rookie card I had. And he said, well, you don't have the right rookie card. So he gave me a Upper Deck SP Jerome Bettis card in the Mangini slab. John, that's really, really awesome, man. That's one of those ones that I'm definitely going to show off to people whenever they come over. So cool. I do think that's probably the best Bettis card. And last but not least, my partner in crime, John 3D80s Kid. He gave me a Mr. Rogers rookie card. It's even got the Penguins logo on the back. You know, Mr. Rogers from Pittsburgh. So I used to watch his show growing up. And John actually gave everybody in the house one. So thank you, John, so much. That's really, really cool. I'm going to end it there, but I had so many great experiences, and it was just such a fun National. I'm going to have such fond memories of going to Cleveland and hanging out with some of my best buddies and just picking up some cool cards. So thanks anybody that watched this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, whoever buys the other guy a drink later, even if it's a pop. What do you want? Like I did. Trash talking ensues. $6.75. Hey, what?